in the sound booth, can we just test the first song? Maybe a little louder? Thank you. We're waiting quietly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to see you here tonight for our first concert ever for these guys. If you remember when they were in kindergarten and first grade does concerts in the spring if you've had kids come through. That was the year we closed. So the orchestra will be the debut of Mount Wolf on stage for the first time since 2019. That's where you smile. Say smile. They are forgetting that means they're supposed to smile when you clap for them. So in honor of our first concert in a while, I have my list of concert etiquette things that we had to teach them this morning. So please silence your phones. We have a lot of tiny humans in the house tonight. If you need to take them, you can take them out into the lobby. If you need to leave for some reason, try to do it between the songs. Like all great performances, flash photography will scare the children. And at the end of the concert tonight, I'll be back. There's that uncomfortable time where we need to get them off because everyone will be out at the end. We need to get them off back to the cafeteria. I'll give you dismissal directions then, and I'll try to talk super slow because it takes them a long time to walk the whole way back to the cafeteria. Without further ado, the third grade orchestra.
Good evening, everybody. My name is James Knackley, and I am the third grade orchestra director in Northeastern, so I teach at all the elementary schools. And this is the third performance of the week for the third grade strings. The students that you see behind me have been working very hard since around middle of September, which is when they started playing their instruments. And so they've come a long way in a few short months, and we're excited to share their songs with you. The first two songs that you'll hear are called Let's Play Open D and Let's Play Open A, and the students worked on holding their instruments with good playing position. The next two songs that they have for you are called Jumping Jacks and Count Carefully. And for these two songs, the students learned about reading the notes in their music books and some symbols such as a repeat sign and counting skills to help keep a steady beat. For the next two songs, the students learned how to place their left-hand fingers on the strings to change the letter sounds that they're playing. And to do this, it took a good deal of fine motor skill and strength building of the fingers. So they've worked really hard on this. The first song is Let's Read G, and the second is Let's Play F sharp. Place your thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, three fingers, three fingers. The next two songs are called Lift Off and On the Trail. And for these two songs, the students practiced changing the patterns between those two new notes. So they had to work on lifting and placing their fingers on the strings. The song On the Trail has a harmonica solo, and we're using this track in the background. So next year, if anybody knows how to play the harmonica, hit me up. We have two more songs for you. The first one is called Let's Read E, and E is one of the new notes that they've learned that is played the same way on all three instruments, and that is by placing one finger on the D string. And the second song and the last song is called the Essential Elements Quiz, And this song is a preparation for learning how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which they will learn in the next marking period. Going up on stage is never easy for anybody, and especially with an instrument, for only playing it for a couple months. So if we could give our third graders one more round of applause. The next time that they'll perform is in March. The school district has an annual Pops concert called the Rock and the Strings concert, which is a vertical concert where all grades 3 through 12 string players will perform. And there'll be some popular melodies like We Will Rock You and a few other rock hits. So we'll look forward to seeing lots of you at our March concert. We'll have a quick stage change as we move to the next portion.
Good evening. If you don't know me, I'm Mrs. Myers. I'm the librarian at Mount Wolf and Orndorff Elementary. The group that you see behind me is the fabulous Poetry Troupe group. I said that rhymes, Poetry Troupe group. They are so excited because we have not had Poetry Troupe for a while now. And I just want to tell you, what it is they come to me one recess a cycle. I'm at Mount Wolf days 1, 2, and 3. So on day 3, they come at lunch recess, and we practice. I wasn't sure how it was going to go since we haven't done it for a while, but I gave them a folder with some poems, and I said, we're going to memorize these. And it was kind of like, ugh, but they did. And we added motions. Some of them they gave me ideas for motions, so that was awesome. Now, you can see that they're up here looking out. So I told them they could wave. So go ahead and wave. Get it out. Wave back to your child, please. All right, now, hold on. We need to observe the proper concert etiquette. So now that we have the wave out of the way, they're going to be laser focused on me. So please don't be offended if they don't wave back to you if you're waving to them during their performance, because they're not supposed to. They're supposed to stay with me and focus because they're amazing. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your children with me. I have loved every moment of it, and we're going to get started. Now, look at me. Noah, look at me. No more waving. Well, stay. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hands down. Eyes are focused. You got this. Mia, can you hear me? Yeah. 2.
Hip Hop Christmas, 5 and Misfits. The North Pole has a DJ. His name is MC Kringle. He loves to spin a record or to sing a Christmas jingle. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny
Mount Wolf, and we are so excited to be here with you tonight. Once we get started, I don't want to stop, so I'm going to say all of my thank yous now, if you will indulge me in that. I have so many thank yous to say. So first of all, I would be remiss if I didn't thank all of our second and third grade teachers at Mount Wolf. They're all here tonight, which I think just speaks volumes to what amazing teachers they are, not only in their classrooms, but here with us tonight too. So thank you, teachers, for being here and supporting us. We do appreciate you. Thanks also to Mr. Clifton. He's our narrator tonight. He's going to be reading our story, so thank you, Mr. Clifton. And I'd also like to thank Dr. Stacy Seidel and Dr. Randy Payne. Thanks to our board of directors. Thank you to you for having such wonderful children, for sharing them with us each and every day, for bringing them here tonight. I told them on our last rehearsals, I'm like, I know this is, for our third graders, your first and your last concert with us here at Mount Wolf. And I feel some weight with that to just have this amazing show. So thank you for bringing them tonight and for supporting them. And to our second and third graders, I'm so excited. So make sure you're paying attention. We practice this concert etiquette, like don't be waving, keep your hands at your sides, but it's so exciting, it's hard to keep it down. So we're gonna try our best to have our good concert etiquette tonight, right? Toes at the front, feet shoulder width apart, hands at your sides, eyes on. Yes, please, thank you. We hope you enjoy Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Thank you so much for being here tonight and supporting music here at Northeastern. We hope you enjoy our show.
Once there was a reindeer named Rudolph who lived at the North Pole in Toyland. Rudolph was younger and smaller than the other reindeer. They all had proud, tall antlers. Rudolph's antlers were only tiny stubs. Worst of all, Rudolph had a nose that was big and bright red. It was so red it glowed in the dark. Poor Rudolph. He wanted to be like the other reindeer in Toyland. Oh, to have a small brown nose instead of a big, bright red one. The other reindeer made fun of Rudolph and called him names. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, they teased over and over again until tears glistened on Rudolph's large red nose. Sometimes the other reindeer made a circle around Rudolph and sang, red nose, a funny sight, big as an apple and twice as bright. They kicked up snowballs with their tiny hooves, and they covered Rudolph with a blanket of white, fluffy snow.
I know that you're Santa's pal, and that's okay.
All the reindeer loved to play games. They played tree tag and snow slide and tumble bones. But Rudolph was never asked to play. He stood behind a pine tree and watched. He was very lonely. Rudolph didn't even get to play hide and seek with the rabbits. His glowing nose gave him away every time. Before Christmas Eve, Santa's elves posted a sign on the gate to Toyland. Santa's team choosing time, the sign said. All the reindeer were asked to line up at 8 o'clock in the meadow. Santa Claus was coming to choose the team that would deliver presents to every good little boy and girl in the world. The reindeer fairly danced with excitement when they heard the news. They pranced and tossed their antlers and pawed at the snowy ground with their hooves. Each reindeer hoped he would be chosen to guide Santa's sleigh. It was the greatest honor a reindeer could ever have. Rudolph sighed. He was ashamed to have Santa see his bright red nose, so he decided to hide. At 8 o'clock, when all the other reindeer had gone to the meadow, Rudolph hid behind a holly hedge. His bright red nose blended in with the bright red berries, and the thick growth of leaves concealed the rest of him. No one would find him there. In the meadow, all the reindeer in Toyland except Rudolph stood in line while Santa inspected them. Santa chose carefully only the fastest, strongest, and best reindeer would do. "I think Dasher will be fine. He's the biggest reindeer," said Santa. "Dasher," wrote an elf assistant in a big book. "And Dancer is the strongest," said Santa, pulling his beard. "Dancer," wrote the elf. "Ho, ho, let's see," continued Santa. "Here's Prancer and here's Vixen. They'll make the smoothest landings on rooftops. Comet is the fastest, and Cupid is the most sure-footed," said Santa. "I picked them. And last," said Santa, "I choose Donner and Blitzen. They're the best at twisting over treetops and skimming over telephone poles." The reindeer in Santa's team were very happy. They rubbed noses, they danced, and they clinked their antlers together. Even the reindeer who weren't chosen were given good jobs. One was to try out the electric trains, another to cuddle the Christmas kittens. The only reindeer without a job was Rudolph. He wanted to help, but he knew he would be laughed at. So he stayed hidden behind the holly hedge. At last, it was Christmas Eve. Santa's elves were busy packing the sleigh. "I don't care if they do make fun of me," said Rudolph. "I want to help too." He dashed from his hiding place behind the hedge, and he went to find Santa. There must be something I can do to help, he decided. That night was bitter cold, and a terrible fog covered all the earth. Santa's elves kept bumping into each other as they hitched up the team. They could hardly see as they put on bright red harnesses and tied each jingle bell. To make matters worse, Dasher and Dancer were fighting over who was to be the lead reindeer. "I was chosen first," said Dasher, stamping angrily. "But you always trip over the moon," said Dancer, kicking at a fallen star. Even Santa was cross. "We'll never get there if you don't stop quarreling," he said. "Where is my Christmas list? Dash it all, I can't see a thing in this fog." Just then, a soft red glow lit up the snow. "Thank goodness," said Santa, suddenly jolly again. "I found my list. Ho, ho! I must have tucked it in my belt." "Who brought this fine lantern?" asked Santa. "I must take it with me. Why, I can see perfectly now." "It's not a lantern," said Rudolph, trembling. "The light comes from my nose." "Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer," said Santa. "I'm certainly glad to see you. Your light will guide my sleigh tonight. I appoint you head of my team and #1 reindeer in all the world." Rudolph held his head high. Proudly, he pranced to the front of the team. All the other reindeer bowed. Donner and Dancer helped Rudolph put on his harness, and Cupid gave him a beautiful sprig of holly leaves. Then down, down through the clouds and over the sleeping houses, Santa and his team flew on that foggy Christmas Eve, leaving presents for all the good girls and boys. And leading the whole procession was Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. So if you see a soft glow in the sky on Christmas Eve, you can be sure that Rudolph, the most famous reindeer of all, is very near.
All of the other reindeer
I think we should give them all one last round of applause as they're walking out. See, and the longer you clap, that helps my stretching out the ending as they're leaving and walking around. Okay, so as they're leaving, they're all going back to the cafeteria. That is hopefully where you drop them off. And you're going to sign them out the same way you signed them in, at the same place, at the same tables. One thing we ask is that you all draw straws in your groups and send one human being to get them, because it's going to get jammed up that way. You saw how the hallway is. If you want to wait here, if you want to wait in the lobby outside for the rest of them, but if you can just send one person down, please make sure you sign them out so we can dismiss them to a grown-up and make sure that you remind them this doesn't get them out of coming to school tomorrow. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Thank you all very much for coming, and have a safe trip home.